What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to cap off the 50 BMG versus Indestructible Sledgehammer series, at least for now, until we can find some more cool, rare, hard to get 50 cal ammo. Then we'll probably bring it back out and do some more videos on it. But we've done several videos on this now. If you haven't seen them, I'll go ahead and run some highlights so you can kind of get an idea of what this whole journey's been like. You guys, it barely dented that thing. That has to be 3/4 of the way through. I hope you guys can see that. It came out the bottom. Dude, that almost went all the way through that thing. So the last video was awesome. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. And I was absolutely blown away by what the 50 cal A-Pit did to our Indestructible Sledgehammer. But there's one thing that's been nagging me ever since I posted that video, and it's that I didn't shoot the strike face of the hammer, which is obviously the most important part. I definitely wanted to, but it's such a difficult shot at, you know, this 40 or 50 yard distance. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to make it, but today we're gonna give it a shot. So I actually got a brand new sledgehammer for today's video. Now it is the exact same one we were using, so there's no inconsistencies, but you can see that it is completely brand new. The last one just had so many bullet holes and, you know, too much stuff going on, so I thought we would kind of start from scratch. So 50 cal A-Pit versus Indestructible Sledgehammer Part 2. Let's do it. And of course the rifle we're using is the beautiful Barrett M99 50 BMG. So here's our old hammer. That mark all the way to the right is actually from a regular mil-spec 50 BMG, and surprisingly it didn't really do any damage. And then obviously our 50 cal A-Pits are right there on the bottom, and they just blew giant holes. But even those were shot at kind of an angle, and they really didn't go straight through the hammer like I wanted them to. So what I think I'm gonna do is shoot our new hammer from the side first, see if we can get a better angle on it, and then we'll rotate it and shoot the strike face of the hammer. Because we were so close to getting all the way through it last time, I want to hit it properly and see if we actually can blow a hole straight through that thing. All right, 50 cal armor piercing incendiary tracer. I got the hammer at a better angle this time, so I'm going to try to hit it a little higher up and not go through the bottom again. There's always such an adrenaline rush when you're about to shoot a 50 cal. All right, fire in the hole. Woo! I remembered to close my mouth that time. I have a feeling one of these days I'm gonna knock this dead tree down, resting stuff up against it and shooting 50 cals. But here is our sledgehammer. I can smell that burning smell that I talked about last time. Let's go ahead and flip it over. Oh man. So I actually hit it exactly where I was aiming. Dead center on the left-hand side. I wanted to be sure to avoid the handle, and it still kind of found a way out of there. The angle was perfect. I triple checked it, and it looks like, I mean, it's just such a hard, you know, steel sledgehammer that when those bullets hit it, they're gonna either kind of go up or down and find a way out of there. Dang it. Unfortunately, I wanted that one to go straight through. Let's try it one more time, and I'll aim just a little bit lower. Whoa. That was pretty sweet. That little flaming ball of shrapnel was kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but let's take a look at the damage that we got. Wow. I think we might have actually stopped it for once. I'm gonna bring it over here so it's not in that shadow. Oh yeah, we definitely did. So I hope you guys can see down in there. At first I thought it might have glanced off the bottom like the other one did off the top, but if you can see in there, which I know is tough because of all the shadows, it absolutely stopped that bullet. And I would say that's probably halfway through that sledgehammer. Super deep, obviously the deepest hole that we've got so far. And you can actually see where it completely stopped that 50 cal bullet, because the middle of the dent is deeper than the mark on the bottom there. And you know what? I bet that little flaming ball of shrapnel that we saw was the bullet or the steel core, because it stopped it all the way. It probably just bounced back a couple feet and sat there and burned on the ground. Well, now I have to try to find that bullet, which is gonna be an absolute nightmare, but I've always wanted to see an armor-piercing 50 cal after it was shot, so give me a few minutes. And there it is. I found it right where it was burning. I actually had to go back and watch the video to see where it ended up, but that's clearly it. It's still hot. I can feel it through my gloves. It looks like it broke in half, unfortunately, but that's a big majority of the tungsten core or whatever it is from an armor-piercing 50 cal, and that looks like it might be where they put the tracer, which is probably what we saw that bounced back and burnt on the ground for a few more seconds. But holy crap, how cool is that? New souvenir for sure. I cannot believe I actually found that. Well, I didn't think we were gonna be able to stop one of those bullets that way, and after seeing that, I highly doubt we're gonna be able to blow a hole through the strike face of the hammer, because it's obviously like twice as long as it is from side to side. But we're gonna try one more on the face of the hammer and see how deep it gets. All right, guys, last one. This is gonna be a very difficult shot. I can already tell just from looking up here, but we'll see if we can hit it. I think we got it. I tell you what, if you have a 50 cal and you don't have the rear monopod, you need to get one. It's an absolute game changer. Mine was like 130 bucks for the Barrett, which is absolutely ridiculous, but I'm glad I bought it, that's for sure. So I'm walking up on this thing and I can already tell that this was an absolute money shot. Check that out. It looks like it just goes forever. Obviously it don't, but it went straight in there and didn't come out either side and went perfectly straight. Holy crap. Let's see if we can look down in there and see how deep it actually went. Okay, so I can see the bottom of it. It looks like it's probably a couple inches, maybe. I don't know if you guys can see or not. Probably not. I'll go ahead and grab a stick or something. But that is freaking sweet. All right, so that's how deep it went into that sledgehammer. I would say that's 2 inches at least, which is pretty dang impressive when you're talking about solid steel like that. I wonder if the strike face of the hammer is any harder than the sides. I highly doubt it. It looks like it's probably all the same. I don't know though. It did go a little bit deeper when we shot it into the side than it did into the face, but either way, they both went about a couple inches into a solid steel sledgehammer, which is pretty dang impressive. Plus, we also have the other sides that we can hit with 50 cal Ralphus rounds or whatever else we can manage to get our hands on, but for now, I just don't have any other 50 cal that we can shoot, and no other calibers are gonna do as good as these did, that's for sure. All right, guys, there you have it, capping off the series on the 50 BMG versus the Indestructible Sledgehammer, at least until we can get some more cool, rare 50 cal ammo. Email me or DM me on Instagram if you have any cool 50 BMG you'd like to send me. I would gladly accept it, but I'll go ahead and give you guys one more look at this thing in the sun so that you can see it. Still kind of hard to see how deep it is because of the shadow, but just such a cool result. And the 50 cal armor piercing incendiary tracer is one of the coolest rounds I've ever shot from any caliber, period. It's just so impressive. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below and let me know what else you would like to see me shoot with the 50 cal A-Pit, because they're so much fun and I'm definitely open to suggestions. Again, guys, if you like the video, please hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.